Aloha guys, this is JRTV coming up on the setting of the sun here. Want to offer a current update on my efforts. I've got 4 websites. I've got thenewrelationships.com, which is the science between being more truthful and specific in how you describe and connect with the people around you, be it personal or on a professional level. And we have the musicentertainmentgroup.com, in which I express my take on having an orientation more around music and fun, and not seduction and not alcoholism and such. And then of course johnremus.com, little autobiography, and most importantly it's not the, but easyworldpeace.com. And I have these ideas of the dream mate, and just daily strategies, reminders to have more respect for yourself, make more time for yourself, which paradoxically is not egocentric. It's in fact actually the responsible way to uplift yourself and your emotions, instead of hoping that other people will confirm who you are and reassure you. And I also have this idea of the light work visualization, where you imagine smiling people that you're, instead of the mind which cyclically on a default thinks about negative things, but for evolutionary purposes of being careful, it thinks of the negative aspects of existence and complications. But we can transcend that by seeking space and giving space when there's anger or conflict arising. We can transcend that by breathing and realizing there's no reason not to breathe deeply, which allows you to focus, and no reason not to feel good. Of course, you don't want to feel good around potentially dangerous people or situations, but to actually feel good and confident is the only way to be creative, the basis for creativity and actually helping the world. You can't be feeling bad for everyone and they're angry and improve the world. And obviously that presumes that you're going to direct your energy towards things you value and like, instead of trying to direct negative energy towards things to destroy. Of course, there are instances in which we have to be defensive or destroy darkness, but we can do it in a humane way. Instead of torturing bad people, we can humanely execute them such that they can incarnate into their future lifetimes and actually come into a better world that their negative previous incarnation is no longer in. And just the same, we can invest in our future lifetimes by investing in attractive couples we find attractive. If you don't find your own body attractive, rest assured you can make the future better by playing God, by saying, okay, I'm gonna invest monetarily or otherwise in certain people I like, couples. They'll have children, and maybe those grandchildren will be my future incarnation. This is a way of transcending envy, with the realization that envy is only a disapproval of the way people use their bodies and wealth. See, if they used it in a positive way, then you'd be celebratory of them as humans. But if they use it in a way to seduce and confuse and manipulate one another, then it's just a negative emotion. And really, that's what it is. It's, when people talk to you about whatever they talk about, it's either with the basis of invoking fear or kindness. If if it's kindness, it's emotion that is associated with, any information that's presented, and so that's where we have to go, guys. If we want to have quote unquote easy world peace, we have to follow, techniques that can be readily employed, like this type of thinking and strategy, and other things like the way you dress. Like if you wear a ring on your finger, not to indicate commitment to your dreams and respect for yourself and in turn other people. There are strategies, but they need to be used in order to make the world great. And yeah, so I have these websites, right? I've got johnremus.com. That's my autobiography. And I have, of course, easyworldpeace.com, where I work out all these ideas about the maximization of life. Life should be easy, right? It should be easy to make things good. Take strategy, though. Take strategy. And so I'm going to pledge to make a light work session for each of my following future episodes. Visualizing people smiling. Like I was saying earlier, the ego will want to see negative stuff, but what we can do is we can imagine people happy, smiling, and beaming bright light at each other. Like the default is to think that, if somebody you're attracted to or you're worried about in matters of job-related matters, like there's internal conflicts going on, all of that is simply, it's reduced to to reduce it all is just it's fear or kindness. It's happiness or unhappiness, and that has associative imagery. Just happy or unhappy people and their smiling faces. So anyone you're upset at, just imagine somebody right now. Start off with that. Imagine somebody you're upset at. Just see them smiling, not in the context of them being glad about you, but just about them being glad in their life. And visualize a brilliant beam of light beaming at them. Brilliant white light. You can imagine somebody near them, just with a finger like this. This is like a wand. You can imagine the light just beaming out of there like a white laser light, and it hits them, and it activates their aura, and they're smiling and joyful and happy with whatever they're engaging in. And then you can further proceed to go to let's think about somebody that, there's some guy with a little candle there. That's fun. I don't know what he has there. Let's proceed to think about somebody you have an attraction to. And by the way, I as you know, I discourage people from engage unless if they don't want children, then okay, fine, find somebody who doesn't want children. And you see, you don't need money for a marriage to your dream mate. You just need you. And that, I'm not saying that it doesn't mean you won't want somebody who's industrious or competent or motivated to succeed and be financially stable. There's a difference, I'm not saying you don't want somebody who doesn't have self-control and is not, their habits aren't expensive and unhealthy. No, I am saying though that if you want to have children, you have to have financial stability, right? I'm also saying that I think that's the building blocks to a peaceful world. Stable families, you know, stable nuclear families, I mean. And you want to have a backup plan too, right? Like if you happen to be hurt or become deceased, you want your spouse to be maybe in a position where it's a bad situation, obviously, but do things for the kids. That's the if you have them, But if you don't, and maybe your spouse passed away, your dream mate, person you quote unquote gave your soul to and connected to, then maybe it's okay to commit humane suicide and let go, because they were your life. These are all things to think about. And just like how you do it, I want to do it when my spouse is older. I don't want her to die, for me to die and to be alone. Instead, I want to humanely kill her so that she doesn't have to be alone when we're older. And so yeah, just things to think about, right? And we are as the darkness sets in here. I want to say aloha to you guys. Remember, we are the light. So be free of any fear or darkness or uncertainty that you have to do things in life. But realize the value of actually working. That's what gives you a sense of fulfillment. It's irreplaceable. Can't be replaced by buying things or anything. Thanks for being here, guys. Aloha.